Hi, my name is Lorraine, and I've been guided to create another video. If you'll give me a minute to clear, center, and balance my energy, we'll get started. There is one primary message that's come in since the last time I did a video, and I was guided to discuss it. So that's what I'm going to talk about, and if I feel it's appropriate, I'm going to see if there's any channeled messages that will come through when I'm done. This primary message is related to dogma in the esoteric community. And I was reading over some information. We just had the 7/7 portal, which I believe is, it's called the Sirius Gateway. And then there's an 8/8 portal. I believe that's called the Lion's Gate. And yesterday, the 25th of July, I believe it was called A Day at a Time, or The Day at a Time. And I believe that's related to the Mayan calendar. And then I believe today, the 26th, was identified as the Galactic New Year. I've also heard many terms like the Galactic Center, timelines, there are many terms that we use in this new perspective that we're opening up to. And one of the first things I learned when I started opening up spiritually, because I was raised Catholic, very devout Catholic, when I started opening up and understanding what the clairs were and trying to meditate, I remember hearing phrases like heart center, angels, guides, just things I wasn't familiar with. I had heard the term angels, being raised Catholic, like I've heard of Angel Gabriel, Angel Michael, but none of these other terms I was familiar with at all. And as I started opening up to a new and different perspective and opening up to new and different things, I started learning these terms and seeking information to understand what they meant. And so when I talk about dogma in the esoteric community, this is what I'm referring to. All these new and different terms I learned as I opened up to this gift, or I don't want to say it's a gift because we all have it, as I started to open up to this understanding of this spiritual connection that we all have, connecting to the higher self. The higher self was another term I had to learn to use. Chakras, all these things were new to me, and what's been explained to me is this is a new type of dogma, and it is necessary for us to learn about and understand these terms, because it helps open us up to new and different things. It helped me expand on spirituality from where I started, which was worshiping God through the religion that I was raised with, which was Catholicism. And eventually I grew out of that and started opening up to new and different things. I And I had several things happen in my life that made me seek other things, other ways to express my spirituality, other ways to understand my connection to the divine, but not only to the divine, my profound connection to my grandmother, especially after she passed away. I was always loved her and cared for her very much when she was alive, but when she passed away, I had this very strong connection with her. And my father, helping me understand that physical, material plane connection, and then after he passed, understanding that spiritual, energetic connection. My point being is that we will all go through this process of understanding, expanding on our foundation, growing into this esoteric community, understanding and building on what we learned in our life. But eventually, we will release that. We will release dogma of all kinds. Paradigms are forms of dogma. Religious paradigms, social paradigms, economic paradigms, political paradigms, okay? Educational paradigms. They're all different forms of dogma, okay? Belief systems. Dogma, paradigms, belief systems, they're all the same thing. They're different words to describe the same thing. The only thing constant in the universe is change. So what we are asked to do is learn and understand the things we are meant to learn and understand at this place right now. And then we are expected to grow beyond that. We are expected to seek, learn, and expand and grow beyond that. And in order to grow beyond that, we have to release those paradigms. And what's coming in right now, science is also another paradigm. It's another dogma. And it even can be considered a religion for some people. I'm not judging and I'm not trying to label people or stereotype people, but we all find something that we resonate with that connects us to something different, something beyond ourselves. And that is expansion. Give me a minute. On this journey of expansion, we will all eventually come to a place where we start to understand who and what we are spiritually and what we're meant to do on this world, in this lifetime, in this universe, depending on where we are, what level of expansion we're ready to accept. As we evolve and we understand our true divine root, we will understand and accept our inner divinity. This process happens in stages, and how it happens for each of us is different. And it's important for me to say, because this isn't going to happen the same way for everybody. But for me, I can only speak from my experience and try to provide that as a foundation for people to build on, to build from. As I grow and expand and understand my own inner divinity, as we grow and expand and understand our own inner divinity, we understand first our connection to the divine. We understand how the divine creates and manifests. We understand the pervasive nature of the divine consciousness. We understand that all things are a product of the divine consciousness. Everything is a manifestation of the divine consciousness. But it's not only a manifestation of the divine consciousness, it is the divine consciousness. It is manifested from the divine consciousness, and it is the divine consciousness. So if all things are not only a manifestation, but are in fact the divine consciousness, that means that we are all divine. We are all products of the divine consciousness, and we are all the divine consciousness. And once we understand this and accept this, we understand that 7-7, the Sirius gateway, 8-8, the Lion's Gate, the day at a time, the Galactic New Year, all these things are constructs and creations of the divine consciousness. But they are not only creations of the divine consciousness, they are the divine consciousness. Whether it's a concept or a material thing, it is divinity. And therefore, all these things are not separate, they're ideas. And they are, at their root, unity, wholeness, and oneness. And once we understand that, we understand that every day is the Sirius gateway. We understand that every day is the Lion's Gate. We understand that every day is a day at a time. Every day is the Galactic New Year. There is no separation. Everything is unified, everything is whole, and everything is one. Every day is the most powerful day of manifestation. Every day is the most powerful gateway to access Sirius energy. Aldebaran is a sun, I believe. It comes in all the time energetically. I get that information all the time. And I know there are certain times of the year where it's most powerful, but it's not just that day. I don't have to wait till a certain date to be able to access that energy from Aldebaran. It's very important that we understand this, because there is no separation. Every day we stand in our own self-empowerment as individual consciousnesses existing within unity consciousness. This journey that we're on as we expand, grow, evolve, and open ourselves up to new things, as we release old ideas, paradigms, dogma, concepts, constructs, as we release those things and expand and open ourselves up to new things, that is our growth. That is our expansion. That is our evolution. That is our journey back to unity, wholeness, and oneness. That is what is asked of us. Change is the only constant in the universe. And this came through very strong. I was asked to share this so everybody knows every day is your most powerful day. Every day you are fully empowered to tap into your divine root and create beautiful things in this world, to create the change that you want to see, the beauty that you want to see, the unconditional love that you want to see, the beautiful, healthy land, oceans, air, everything, Mother Earth. Every day is your most powerful day to step forward and step into your divine self. This is the most important message that came through in the last month, and I was asked to share that. If you give me just a minute, I'm going to see if I can channel any information that wants to come through. What's coming through channeled is all the beings that were standing at bay, who were told they are not able to come in and intervene with what is going on here on Earth, that humans must go through this. This is part of their process of transcendence. Tribulation is part of their process of transcendence. All those beings that were told, you must stay out of this, you cannot intervene, have now been fully called forward to engage in a way that they have been divinely guided to do so. The raptors and gladiola and their people, those are the beings in the water, have always been here helping and supporting Earth because they are meant to be here and this is their world. They are coming forward more. The first word that came to me was aggressively, but I feel like I would like to say assertively. But if they have to defend whatever it is they're meant to defend, I guess I feel like potentially there could be aggression, but that's because of the aggression of the humans. So it would be from a defensive posture, not from a offensive posture. I feel that very strongly, and that's important because in 2020 I received very strong messages that said, you must stay out of this. You must stay out of this, and I conveyed those messages back then. But right now, this message has been overridden. And so I think in the last video I did last month, I felt like they were coming closer, coming in and ready to engage, but they weren't quite at that point yet. But right now, very strongly, the feeling is that they are allowed to come forward and intervene wherever necessary. And this will begin a process of healing. I feel that very strongly. This will begin a process of healing. We won't see it immediately, but it will begin to come through. One last thing I'll share with you, and this is something I say to affirm my commitment. I am love, I am light, I am beautiful, I am divine. I will heal myself and divinity with the love that is me. I am everything, everywhere, and nowhere. I permeate all things, unified always, never apart. And I say this to remind myself of my commitment to my path and my purpose, to this world and the transition that we are going through. Okay, that's all. Thank you.